WLSers, Shrinking Sarah here, the periodic YouTuber at this point. We are at the end of January. Well, we're not at the end of January, are we? We're at the middle of January. Welcome to 2016, everybody. I am over a year out of my surgery. My surgery was October 7th, 2014. In the first year, I lost 120 pounds, and I've held steady at that ever since. Through no, mostly fault of my own, falling into old habits, trying to combat old issues, and moving forward in that vein. One of the hardest things in my life right now is, how do I not snack in a household with 2 growing children who are hungry all of the time? My fiance has an amazing metabolism, and he can basically eat whatever he wants, particularly if we're active, which we're not so much right now. But if we are being active, he can just go to town. His son's exactly the same way. He's 11, and so he also needs the nutrients because he's growing. Meanwhile, the 9-year-old, I believe, has a little bit of a compulsive eating problem. She always thinks she's hungry, and I have to keep food in the house for them, and that is a new difficulty. So what up, moms? I'm new to the game, and I'm doing the best that I can. So my current weight is 214 pounds. I put on 5 pounds over the holiday season into January, between mid-December and now. I'm back on MyFitnessPal today. I did my tracking, and holy buckets, am I carved up and sugared up and all of those wonderful things in the world that we were addicted to in the beginning, right? So that's the update on me. If anyone hasn't seen it, I am a new fan of Skin Tight, the show on TLC that's about skin revision surgery after weight loss. Super stoked, super loving all the information and being able to see how people's results come out. If you're interested in doing plastics after surgery, you might want to take a look-see, give you an idea what you're in for a little bit. My whole thing about this whole process was, I didn't want to come into it blind. I wanted to come into it informed and rooted in reality. I didn't want to have some kind of unfounded, outlandish expectation. And right now, I don't know what the expectation will be for skin surgery. My skin surgery, or my looking to do skin surgery, is quite some time off. At least maybe 2 or 3 years before I will get around to doing that, mostly because I'm getting married this year, and my fiance and I are bouncing around the idea of having a baby at some point, and I figure, why tighten everything and then stretch it back out again? So we're going to go through that process and figure out what we want to do there before we make any moves on skin surgery. So if you're looking for some skin surgery videos from someone, mine will be in the future. Anyway, so yeah, biggest struggles right now is I'm carved up, sugared up, and re-addicted. I'm not looking forward to the detox that is about to come when I get back on track. I'm doing not too bad today. My carbs are about right so far, but I haven't had dinner. I'm going to restock my kitchen next week with protein-rich things to get me back on track and back in the saddle again, because my wedding is in 8 months, and the size that I am now is the size that my wedding dress is. Straight up, that's the size it is. I've had my wedding dress for 6 years. There's a long story there. And if I gain weight, which I don't want to do anyway, I won't be able to wear it. Now, if I lose weight, if I lose a lot of weight, I run the risk of the exact same thing, but I can always tighten a dress. Taking it out, different story. So, my goals right now is to drop down a little bit more. It would be nice to reach my wedding day under 100 pounds, which is no great feat, or under 200 pounds, which would be no great feat. I guess what I would like to say is right now, as far as hitting goals and things like that stand, I'm 40 pounds off of where I wanted to be pre-skin surgery. I wanted to be about 170 pounds post weight loss surgery, pre-skin surgery. I figure that would put me in the ballpark of being the weight for my height. I tell you what, that is one interesting thing. I don't know what that weight would look on me. Mostly because I can't even really tell what my body looks like anyway right now. I've lost 120 pounds. Some of the loose skin still has some fullness to it because I do have 40 more that I would like to take off without having skin removal surgery. And everything is starting to hang. I relate greatly to the people in the show I just mentioned, Skin Tight, and what their problem areas are. I have arm issues, I have tummy issues, I have skin that hangs over the top of my pelvis and down, and it's unsightly, and I look the same as I did when I was big, only smaller. So if you're doing this for aesthetic reasons, you're looking to have surgery because you want to look better, you need to realize and be right with yourself that you're going to lose weight and be healthier, and you're going to be able to see glimpses of what your body looks like underneath the damage that you've done. I don't know what your story is. I don't know if you feel like you did it to yourself or you have some kind of underlying trauma, but the truth is that the kind of weight that weight loss surgery patients typically carry leaves damage on our body. It leaves a lasting effect that you can't exactly fix on your own. So I am mostly accepting of how I look. I definitely prefer to be in clothes than out of clothes, that is for sure. But I don't carry any discomfort because I don't see it as being anything to be more ashamed of than I was before, and I wasn't ashamed of myself before. I look the same, only smaller, and I wasn't willing to carry around shame when I was big and look this way, and I'm not willing to carry around shame and be smaller and look this way. For the most part, life is busy and hectic and good. Like I said, my main challenge is learning how to manage my diet in a household of food for a family. I went from single person of 1 to soon to be stepmommy family of 4. Crazy cakes. Who knew that would happen? I miss everyone. I hope everyone is fantastic. I do miss chatting with you. I'm trying to plug back in. I really, really am. But between the kids and we're trying to find a new place because that's been a big stressor too. My apartment complex is on a downhill spiral. There's just so much there that I can't even. So we're looking for a new place, new mommy thing, wedding coming up in 8 months, holy bejeebers, and so much good and so much craziness in my life. But craziness is good. Craziness is good. I gotta remember, all the stressors. You keep thinking I didn't have this Miss Craziness in my life before when I was big, and that's because I didn't have a life. I didn't have a life. There was my work and my couch and my computer and my snack food. That's what I did. I didn't have a life. The whole point of this was to have a life, and by God, I'm going to live it. Anyway, love everybody. Hope everyone's having a wonderful start to their 2016.